That's heaven.
That's heaven, yeah.
Uh, Today we are with Eric from Inner Stillness Project, the Inner Stillness Project, who has created an incredible meditation technique called the 7-minute shift. Am I right?
That is correct. That's very true. Very right.
Very right.
Very right. 7-minute shift. That's all it takes.
How you doing today?
Doing awesome.
Good.
Awesome.
I have the opportunity to edit this, so just,
Cool.
let's do our questions and then boom. What is lifestyle design? What is it to design one's ideal lifestyle?
Wow. True intention. You need true deep intention to actually really design your life the way you want it. And that brings to my mind, some people have the mindset in which they feel that they're victims and they can't move forward and they can't make changes and they can't, they have this hereditary thing behind them in which they feel that they can't improve in their lives. And then you have other people who feel that they can, move forward, who feel they can design their life on purpose. And those people have it right. And that's the reason why you are where you are. It's the reason why I am where I am. Because we know we can do this with full intent and get to where we want to go the way we want, the way we wish for it to happen for ourselves, right?
Intention. What a powerful word. What are we living for? What are we standing on? Why do we want to wake up every morning? Our intention. So good.
Exactly.
What was your intention behind the 7-minute shift?
The intention behind the 7-minute shift, I took interest in meditation practice about 12 years ago. And I did a lot of different types of meditation practices. And a lot of them took a lot of time, very intense. The reason why I came up with the 7-minute shift was because I was always on the go. And I needed something that could get me deep into meditation as quickly as possible. And not only that, but be able to tap into that anywhere I go, wherever and however. That was the full intention of that 7-minute shift, to make it approachable, something that you can learn, and most importantly, apply it across the board. And the 7-minute shift in itself can 7-minute shift. It can happen in 1 minute, in 2 minutes, in 3 minutes, but we're talking about deep changes down to the core. And what's really cool about the 7-minute shift is that alone, it has its tons of benefits, but it can work in collaboration with other techniques that anyone might be doing. It's kind of like, and the third element to the 7-minute shift is that it's sustainable. And that's the key element. I always wanted to take the shift with me.
Yep.
It couldn't be something that I could only leave at home or only, do it in certain places. It had to be all the time. It had to be something that I can tap into continuously.
We want to be able to tap into that higher place, that peace, that calm, that higher knowing anywhere and everywhere. It's a gift to us, really. It shouldn't be only held for certain places in the perfect environment, because that's not the way this world works. This world is shifting and changing. So whatever your safe space is should be able to be taken with you, and it can fit into this world that is forever changing and not consistent. Because sometimes things are going to try and knock you off, and you have to be able to tap right in.
You have to be able to close your eyes and find it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point.
That is the point.
Yeah.
I love it. Sustainable. We want to be, which brings up the next question. We talk about the daily cocktail for the soul, the essential things that not everyone needs, but one individual needs in order to sustain that higher living, to stay on purpose, to have intention, to be tapped in at all times. I need to drink this cocktail every day. It's got a little bit of physical exercise in there. It's got some meditation. It's got some poetry writing. what is your daily cocktail?
You know, it's great. You call it cocktail. You know what I call it? I call it a dose. A dose of good medicine. And what would that be? And so you're talking to me, the creator of Inner Stillness Project, and you know what it's all about. And I will say that that dose, nothing could get you prepared for your day, or nothing could prepare for your intention better than a few moments of clarity. It's that dose in which you allow yourself to just be. And that in itself has magical, I would say magical properties. You know, you have a full day of intentions, and that's great and all. But being able to center yourself before you tackle your day or you tackle your project, being able to tap into inner stillness, for me, is that cocktail. Is that cocktail. But it doesn't stop there. What's really exciting about the 7-minute shift is the foundation you need to be able to get into meditation. But we all have dreams. We all have intentions. We all have aspirations. And, you know, I said this, and I wrote that in the article I wrote for you, in where we are meant to be here to create. And what best way to create something when you're able to tap into that source that's inside of you? The cocktail, that dose, get into that deep version of yourself, just simmer in that space, and then start to design your day. That would be my cocktail. Absolutely.
Beautifully said. You mentioned the word medicine, and I think medicine has a connotation in our society as you take medicine when you're sick. I think you and I are both on the agreement that we take medicine daily so that we don't get sick.
Exactly.
Right? Preventative medicine. That this work is keeping us healthy. It's keeping us right. It's keeping us strong. It's keeping us present. It's keeping us grounded. That my daily cocktail, your daily dose, is preventative medicine so that we can just keep rocking it, keep killing it every single day.
Now, I know for our listeners, we did not speak at all before this interview, and we're touching on the same subjects in the same way. And that's great to hear, because that is my biggest message, I think, of all, is the preventative side of a daily practice, even 7 minutes, because we never know what's going to come around that corner. And we need to be internally strong.
Yes, we do. Amen.
We need to be exactly, you know. So yes, you're right. It is a preventative, and the way I come from a very physical arena. I practice martial arts. I do a lot of physical things, and it seems as though you can tap into this inner stillness. I lost my train of thought. Go back to that last thing you had said.
I was talking about medicine and it being preventative, and you were saying how you don't know what's around the corner.
You never know what's around the corner, and you know that story happened to me as well. And I had a client who says, "Eric, everything is great in my life," and she did the 7-minute shift exercise, and she sees that it serves as a maintenance, you know, for those occasions that she can fall into an emotional upset, and that meditation, that stillness, is there for her whenever she needs it.
Staying on path, staying on purpose, staying on intention is tough work. It takes a commitment, and I think there's no doubt about that. And I try to I honor that. I honor that. That's the work. That's the work that's beneficial. That's the good kind of stress. Keeping ourselves in that place, in that holy place, what someone might call, or that athletes call it, being in the zone.
Correct.
And for an athlete to get into the zone, they worked so damn hard every day. They would train, they were in the gym, they did the work. They ran the laps, they lifted the weights so that they can get in that zone for just a couple of minutes when it mattered. And so we do that work. This is our training to do that work. To get in the zone.
To get in the zone. This zone, when I first came up with the Inner Stillness Project back at the very beginning, I realized its potential with athletes. And that's how it all started. And that's when I understood what they meant by a runner's high. I also understood about what they meant when they would say about the zone. And so when I first came up with the routine, that's what it was designed for, because I saw at the very beginning that it developed something that I ended up calling relaxed concentration. And those are two elements. I don't care where you find yourself. I don't care what you're doing. You could be operating a massive crane. You could be keeping your eye on the ball during a baseball game if you're up to bat. You could be up speaking in front of a big audience in a college or anything like that. Each and every situation, relaxed concentration is at play. And so that zone you're talking about is that ability to stay focused but be relaxed. Martial arts, everyone needs in some way, shape, or form relaxed concentration, and that is what I'm really big on.
I often speak, I think the most important word we have is balance, and we want to live in that place. We want to live in that place of a hyper focus with a soft being. Bruce Lee often discussed that he saw the world as water, that you thought he was standing still, but really he never stopped moving. He just moved so gracefully, so that everything else around him he could just flow through. It's that balance, keeping us in flow, keeping us in that zone. It's very important.
And that's a very key element when you're practicing the 7-minute shift. I've known a lot of meditators who unfortunately haven't really ever come across that feeling of water, of feeling like water, feeling transparent, feeling suspended, feeling totally tensionless. And that person that you got done describing is exactly what the 7-minute shift feels like while you're in it.
That's great.
Yeah, it is. When I came across that on my own, I knew its true potential. I knew what it was capable, how it was capable of transforming me and getting rid of all of my baggage, emotional baggage.
We all have it.
We all have it. And hey, I mean, I don't have any control what happened prenatal, but that's also involved, you know. So getting into that space where you feel like water, there's the magic right there.
If that's not a pitch, I don't know what is. A 7-minute shift, feel like water.
7-minute shift, feel like water.
That is powerful.
Exactly.
That is powerful. We want to be like water.
Want to be like water.
Put it into a cup, it becomes the cup. Put it into a vase, it becomes the vase.
That's right.
Water can flow or it can crash. Be like water.
You can put it anywhere.
It's so great. The 7-minute shift, be like water. Why meditation? Why? How'd you stumble upon it? Why the 7-minute shift? Why was that your out? Why was that your in? I should say.
Wow, you're asking a very, very big question. If we're gonna have a candid conversation, then I might as well just tell you that I was the only child. So when I had problems, I would bottle it up and keep it to myself. I never really looked to speak to anyone with problems, and I was never one to seek any kind of outside help. So I was really left to fend for myself. I felt that way. Yoga came into my life. That's how it all started. I realized that yoga might have been able to play a role in my getting out of this emotional rut that I was in, and fell into meditation practice, and that's when it all started. Meditation helped me in many ways because, like I said, I was able to It took me a long time to figure this stuff out, though. This wasn't, things were happening to me at the beginning, which I didn't know what was occurring, and that in turn forced me to investigate. And then I got certified to teach yoga in '03 and took these long, extensive meditation retreats. Why meditation? Because meditation allowed me to face these emotions and energies I was dealing with on a one-to-one basis, and in doing so, enabled me to start to dissolve a lot of those emotional upsets I was having. So that's how I came across it. I became very curious, and that's when I decided to say, hey, this meditation is working.
It does work. It's so powerful.
And I felt I had to share it, and that's how the Inner Stillness Project even evolved.
And we thank you for sharing it.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And the thing of it is, at the very beginning, we were doing one-on-ones, and because of the social media, it caught wind internationally, and then we started doing this via Skype, like you and I had talked about when I met you in New York. And now we decided to open up a third platform, and that is produce a instructional video for those who do not want to elect doing a one-on-one, who cannot come to New York or do a Skype session.
Amazing. So, and when is that available?
Thanks to you, we're going to be trying to push this by mid-November, end of November.
That's exciting.
And get that launched.
That's exciting. It's a beautiful. I mean, it's a gift. It's sharing it with more people on every and any platform available, and so anyone can find Eric and the Inner Stillness Project and the 7-minute shift. You can do it in person, which I highly recommend. You can do it on Skype, which is just as powerful,
just as good,
and then you can watch a video.
Exactly. The Inner Stillness Project website is a very lively hub of fresh insights pertaining to self-development, and our blog is actually updated on a regular basis with articles just like yours pertaining to meditation and all kinds of personal development. So have your listeners check into that and look up all the articles, and wellness, health and wellness comes from all different directions.
Yes,
meditation is just one of them. And the more information that we can put out there, the more of a selection people have. And I always say options are good.
That's my Lifestyle Dezine dream and goal. It's to be the hub of all of them. That there isn't one way, but there are so many powerful ways, and you can find your own way. As you have found water, there are so many ways to find water. To be water. I love it. I love it. I love it. The 7-minute shift. Be water.
Be water. I'm going to have to use that.
It's yours. It's yours. That's your new jingle. Just let me write the jingle.
There you go. Okay.
The 7-minute shift. Be water.
Are you going to sing it for me?
I'm going to do the jingle. I'm going to do the whole jingle.
Okay. Well, do a duet because I like to sing a little bit.
Okay, all right. We'll do a little piano score and everything. That'll be the next video. I'll have the band here. Thank you so much. Is there anything you want to tell our listeners or readers? Any last things? Any last words? I expect more articles from you as an author. That was great. So they can look out for that. Those will be amazing.
The articles.
Anything else you want to leave us with?
Well, the articles you just said. I write these articles when inspiration strikes. So, the listeners and the readers need to check those out. If they pop up, it was a spontaneous thing, and I just started to write and ended up on paper. And the 7-minute shift. What can I say about the 7-minute shift? I can't say anything less than, we're so busy in trying to do so much work externally that we can do that same work and we can take it in and we can really crystallize it and send it out to the universe, and it can work both ways in helping us accomplish our dreams.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, and thank you for inviting me.
Sir, have a beautiful day.
You do the same.